Hi guys. So I understand that the Signpost journal assignment is a little confusing and getting to it, and I had posted that video yesterday, but I didn't even think about it, and I only really had the teacher view on. I kind of made it a little bit more difficult. So after talking to some of you, I sent a bunch of emails out, and some of you got back to me. We're gonna take another crack at this. Okay, I know it's tough with me not being in school. Just so you guys know, everything's okay at home. I did have to take a COVID test, but it came back negative, so I don't have COVID. But I'm still, not 100%, not feeling well, so I'm out of school for the time being. But hopefully I'll be back on Monday. That's kind of my goal. But anyway, so because of that, and because of just, this is all a new learning curve, we're all learning together how to do this. I'm going to give you a second crack at the Signpost journal. We're going to take another look at it. Some people have already submitted one. That's totally okay. But for those of you who haven't submitted one, this is your sort of second chance. I just want to really focus on that right now today. So this is how Schoology looks like to one of you. Of course, you can see up here that Dowd is our lucky volunteer. Dowd, I hope that's okay with you, buddy. Of course, it's just how Schoology looks. I'm not like showing everybody your, deepest, darkest secrets. This is just how the ELA class in Schoology looks to you. Okay, so this is the student view. You can see there's a lot of different folders. Well, there's really one folder, but once you get into it, I'll walk you through navigating everything and just sort of try my best to explain it once again. Okay, so obviously right now when you get to our course page, there's only one folder that you can see, marking period 1. As we go through the marking period, marking period 2, 3, and 4, those folders will show up as well. So I'm going to hit marking period 1, and you're going to have to bear with me. I'm out in my garage at home, so the internet connection is a little slow, but it's all right. We'll get it working. So here's when you go into marking period 1. There's the assignments folder, and then below the assignments folder, you're going to see You're going to see the week of, and it's just sort of going to go down in order. So we're right here in the week of September 7th. Now, hopefully you've noticed by now that in ELA, and I kind of do the same thing in math, but the math is structured a little bit differently. But in ELA, what I do is the 2 red folders on top, those are almost always going to be the folders that we are working out of. So anything we do in class assignment-wise is either going to be in the assignments folder, or it's going to be down here in the week of. Now, the week of folder is something that I'm doing because that's a requirement from the district. That's how we're setting up our courses with online learning. So I have to be able to split it into every day, here's the instructions, and here's what you need to do. So when you go into the week of folder, so for example, week of September 7th, you're going to see the, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. Now, of course, this week we don't have Monday because we were off. But let's just use Thursday. I'm recording this on Thursday. Let's use today as an example. So I go into Thursday. Every lesson, okay, you can stop popping up there. Every lesson is going to have a lesson overview and a lesson checkpoint. And they're always going to go in order. So the lesson overview is always the first thing, and the lesson checkpoint's always the last thing. Anything else that I add in for that day is going to be in between those two. So for Thursday's lesson overview, and this is what I usually go over with you physically in the beginning of class, but if, for example, I'm not there and we have a substitute who cannot access this, this is where you need to go. All of you can see this. So here are objectives for today. Reading independently for at least 10 minutes. We do that every single day in ELA class. Review navigating the Schoology page for ELA, and then we're going to work on notice and note signposts. And I know this says Thursday. I'm recording this video on Thursday, but Friday, which is tomorrow, or today if you're watching this, depending on when you're watching this, it's going to be almost exactly the same thing. We're just working on these notice and note signposts. I know they're a little tricky at first, so I want to give you plenty of time to understand it. So the objectives are there, and then we have our agenda, and that's like sort of your to-do list. So I have the notice and note time, which is reading, and it's what we're calling, independent reading. There's 2 videos, the Workshop Wednesday video, the Signpost Journal 1, and then there was a lesson checkpoint. So when I go back to, I can just click on Thursday here. It'll take me back to the folder, or you can do the back to course button up at the top. these are the 2 pages I referenced. So these are videos that I posted. Obviously, I'm doing this video right now and posting that. In the lesson overview, though, it said to work on Signpost Journal number 1, specifically Signpost Journal number 1 under the Assignments folder. So we can get there a couple different ways. Number 1, we can click this back button, which you have one on your iPad too. It just looks a little bit different. Or up at the very top, you can see we have the course, and then it kind of breaks it down by folder. So we started here in ELA period 8. We moved into marking period 1. Then we moved into the week of September 7th. So I'm actually going to go back to marking period 1. And now we're back here at this folder. So the top folder, assignments, that's where all the stuff that we're working on throughout the marking period is. That's where our Signpost journals are going to be. That's where the 1-page book review is going to be when that gets posted. That's where WordNerd 100 is going to be. That's where all of our, self-evaluations, basically all those assignments on the marking period 1 grade sheet, the stuff that's getting graded, the stuff that makes your grade for the marking period, is going to be up here in this top folder. So when I go into assignments, I see a bunch of different folders, but I'm looking for Signpost journals. That's what we're working on. And right now, there's only one assignment that you should actually be able to see. The assignment is the thing down here with a little pencil and the piece of paper, or like the little windows. And that is Signpost Journal number 1. There's going to be 2 more assignments we do this marking period, so there will be eventually 2 more Signpost Journals assignments, but for right now we just have 1. There's the excerpt from Hatchet that I went over in yesterday's video. And then there's a couple different things down here. There's the document that has our Signpost Journal questions that you need to answer. Then there's also my example of a perfect Signpost Journal. Now I'll go over that in just a sec, but first I want to show you how to access your document. So I click on Signpost Journal number 1. And remember, I am viewing this course as data. Now, when I click on the actual assignment, I think it takes me out of the student view. But in your student view, when you click on the assignment, you're going to have, it says Signpost Journal number 1. You will have a tab up here that says My Document. So you'll have the assignment and then My Document. You want to be sure to click on My Document, and then you will be able to open your very own version of the assignment, of the document that we're working on. So that document I was typing on yesterday, that is, that is what you're actually working on and then submitting. Now, looks like I have some privacy issues here, which I'll figure that out then. But that is essentially where you need to go. You need to make sure you're in the assignments folder, and then you're finding Signpost Journals, marking period 1, and clicking on Signpost Journal number 1. Now, there shouldn't be any issues in terms of opening it or submitting it, because I've already had some students open it and submit it. If you do have issues, though, please email me, okay? Make sure you can go in, and I'll go back here and go to viewing the course as a student just to not confuse you. But make sure that you email me, you contact me if you have any issues accessing it. It is okay to ask for help. In fact, that's what I want you to do. That's my job. So I'll pick on Noah now. I'll view the course as Noah. Okay, so let's say Noah is sitting here going, how the world do I access this stuff? I don't really know what I'm doing at all for Signpost Journal number 1. I have all these videos here you can view, Noah, but let's just say you want to go right to the source. You want to ask me. If you go over here to the side where it says Members, and click on it or touch it on your iPad, it's going to bring a list of the people in the course. Namely, it's going to have me up there, and it will have my email address, which you can click on, or you can view. If you click on my little like profile thingy, you click view user profile, and one of the pieces of information is my contact info. It's how to get in touch with me. So please, please, please make sure you are sending out emails. I'm going to reach out to each of you individually later just to, check in and make sure that everything's going okay. But if there's any issues, just email me. If you're having trouble, hey, Mr. Krebs, I'm having trouble accessing whatever. Hey, Mr. Krebs, I can't open my Signpost journal. I can help you out with that as best I can. No problem. All right? So hopefully that sort of answers your questions on accessing the document. If you need help with like the actual assignment of reading the excerpt from Hatchet and then typing in the actual document about it, like what goes in your Signpost journal, view my video from yesterday. I'm going to make sure to link that in Friday's folder as well. So there will actually be 2 videos again in today's folder and Friday's folder that you can view to help you out with Signpost journals. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask for help. Ask for help and you will get it. That is my job. I have no trouble at all doing that for you. So please reach out. Good luck today. Just take the period today to work on those Signpost journals. I'm not even going to say that it has to be done. I know it might say it has a due date of tonight at midnight, but I'm going to extend that. So don't worry about the due date. I just want to at least make sure you have something in there. So at least get your Signpost journal entries started. And then I will I'll be checking those out tomorrow afternoon and reaching out to kind of touch base and make sure that you can get it done successfully. Okay. So thanks very much, guys. I know this was a bit of a longer video, but again, if you have questions, please reach out and I will gladly help. All right. Take care.